All right, live, back in action, attacking your speakers from the field to the bleachers. This is the Power 32 podcast. I am rolling solo today. My man, my partner, my co-host, my dog, Mr. Primetime 313, David Dale, not with us today, but that is okay. Got a lot of football to talk about, and obviously the first thing on everybody's mind, I know it, you know it, we all know it. Micah Parsons traded to the Green Bay Packers. This happened like real fast. Didn't know if it was going to happen or not. Honestly, if you would ask me a week ago, forget about it. I would have said, nope, no shot in the world. Simon, I wonder how you feel about that as we say what's up and welcome him into the program over here. Simon, I am shocked that Micah Parsons ended up getting traded. I thought that Jerry Jones would do what he usually does and pay these guys late, but Parsons said he wanted out of there, and maybe that was just enough where he said, you know what, no, there's no more dollar signs you can throw at me. His agent got involved. Said, that's it. Game over. We're done over here. So Micah Parsons, wow, Jerry, you got your bluff called like Matt Damon in freaking Rounders, bro. That is just, woohoo, damn. So Green Bay gives Micah Parsons 4 years, $188 million, which makes him by far the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, $47 million a year. This is crazy. I'm laughing as I'm saying it. The money is outrageous. And he gets $136 million guaranteed. Holy friggin' shit. That's crazy. What a deal. Unbelievable for Micah Parsons. So I don't understand Dallas. You don't let talent like that walk out the door. You just don't do that. Those guys don't come around once but every, 15 years or something like that. And Simon jumping in over here saying, I can't believe it. I did not see it coming. Jerry handled the negotiations very poorly. I totally agree, and definitely left a bad taste in Micah's mouth. No doubt about it. Micah wasn't having it, man. He's like, no, sorry, I'm out of here. You guys are screwing me over too much. And that's it, Jerry. I mean, it's like you let your dream girl walk out the door. How do you do something like that? The reason why you draft this guy is because you want to have to pay him because he's doing so well. And that's exactly what he did. He played great football, sacks, fumbles, everything, but a lot of things that don't even show up on the stat sheet. Micah Parsons, man, he is one of those unbelievable players, but I'll tell you what, the deal, not bad, actually. So the Cowboys getting returned Kenny Clark, who was a really good defensive tackle from Green Bay, plus 2 first-round picks, one in 2026 and one in 2027. Thank you, Simon, for that analogy right there with the girlfriend walking out the door. It's terrible. But so Green Bay, they give up a lot, but they're getting a lot, and they need it because I don't think the defense is that great. They played pretty good overall. Guys like Rashawn Gary, Quay Walker is a really good player. Edgerrin Cooper, you can get a lot out of him. On the back end, you got Xavier McKinney, not too many well-known guys, Evan Williams, so he's not going to like a juggernaut defense, but they could have a really good offense. Jordan Love, if he can stay somewhat consistent and the freaking wide receivers can catch the football. Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson when he gets back. Now they're bringing Matthew Golden, the rookie. So let's see what he could do. I mean, Jaden Reed, so many of these guys drop the ball. It's unbelievable. I mean, it just sad. And I'll get to the Packers in a bit because we're going to do our NFC and AFC North breakdown today. But yes, Simon, definitely getting your opinion on Micah Parsons' deal. Did not see this one coming. It is a shock. Does it make Green Bay automatically a contender for the title? No, not in my mind, not necessarily. Although a lot of people had Green Bay up there as it was. I didn't. I'm not one of those believers in them yet. Yeah, I like their running game with Josh Jacobs, but again, I'm not a huge believer in that defense. But Micah obviously makes him a lot better. So there you go. There's that. Micah Parsons, now a Green Bay Packer. The Cowboys got the 4 years on this rookie deal as much as they could out of him and said, you know what? That's it. We're going to try to find you in another draft. And to me, that's just stupid. You're going to go to try to find the next Micah Parsons when you already had him. He was already your guy. You had him already. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. It's just a messy situation out there. But Simon, guys, we're going to get into more. It's AFC North time. It's NFC North time. It's the last 2 divisions breaking down before we get to full predictions on Tuesday night. Yes, our show is moving to Tuesday night starting next week at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. an hour earlier so we can get in a little bit more action, talk about the week before, the week after, all that good stuff. But Simon, I'm going to start as you're here right now. Excuse me, one of the active people in the chats battling a little cough. Ravens, one of the best rosters in football, man, without a doubt. But so much pressure on Lamar Jackson, so much pressure on John Harbaugh right now. It's the last time they won a title was back in 2012. I mean, is Joe Flacco more beloved than Lamar Jackson is because Flacco bought them a title? I mean, I don't know. But it's been a long time for them. They got the pieces, especially on offense. You'd love to see what they have. Offensive line, Ronnie Stanley and Tyler Linderbaum, taking control of that offensive line. You got Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, who stepped up. DeAndre Hopkins joins the party. You got Derrick Henry, of course. And then, other guys like on defense, like Nnamdi Madubuike, Adafe Owe. Sometimes I have trouble pronouncing these names, but Roquan Smith. You bring in Malachi Starks this year, rookie, to go along with Kyle Hamilton on the back end. So the Ravens are stacked, man, all over the place, all over, no doubt. Simon, what are you saying? I can see it both ways. They had a good season last year, and with the team, they're basically staying the same and adding a guy like Micah could be to a team to watch out for. Regarding the Packers, he's talking about. And they've been in the playoffs the last 3 years, and Jordan Love has led them there. But haven't been able to get past the division round. A lot of people are higher than him this year. I'm just not one of the big Jordan Love guys. I'm really not. I got to see a little bit more out of him, and he's got to stay on the field a little bit more. But anyway, jumping back to the Ravens, they should be one of the top teams in the AFC overall to make it to the Super Bowl. In fact, they're my favorite right now. I'm not giving away my predictions. I'm not sure yet, but we will see. The Ravens are stacked all the way up and down, left and right, and they got one of the best overall, not just quarterbacks in the league, but football players in the league when you talk about Lamar Jackson. So watch out for the Ravens. They should have a really good record. The Steelers, they were in second last year. Maybe not this year. They got a lot of senior citizens over there. Mike Tomlin's older now. Aaron Rodgers, Cam Hayward, guys like that. But they brought in a bunch of pieces. Jonnu Smith, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Rodgers being one of them, giving TJ Watt his money. Even though maybe he's a little bit past his prime. I don't know. So it's like they're trying to put together this jigsaw type puzzle. And is Mike Tomlin going to be around long enough to stay? Have a good enough year long enough to stay? I don't know. We'll see. And Simon jumping in again, saying, they look good. Their offense is complete, but it is the thing that lets them down in the way to get to the playoffs. They signed Kyle Hamilton for $10 million for 4 years, and he's very impactful. Kyle Hamilton is one of my favorite players in football. No doubt about it, in any position. And I do happen to have an affinity for safeties. But Kyle Hamilton especially, he's one of those do-it-all guys. But they're much better, the Ravens, when they leave him in the secondary playing safety. They're a much better team that way, and that's what they should do. But even though them drafted Malachi Starks, they want to free up Kyle Hamilton to be able to do more. But in my opinion, the defense really stepped up last year when Kyle Hamilton went back to his safety position. So I would leave him there if I were them. And as for Pittsburgh, I don't know. Is it Mike Tomlin's first year having a losing season? It's extremely possible. It really is. I don't know about that, though. They got a really good defense. Again, I mentioned that they got some senior citizens out there, but, they brought in some guys, and they're a very well-coached team, obviously. But the team that is likely to jump them is the Cincinnati Bengals. And Burrow's Bengals got their deals done. He asked for Trey Hendrickson. He just got a $14 million raise, obviously, with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. They got their money. So now they just have to make the playoffs, and not just that, but go far in the tournament. If the defense improves slightly, they should make the playoffs. I mean, their defense wasn't like a slice of Swiss cheese. It was like a block of cheese that got blasted through by a freaking bazooka or something like that. They were just so bad. So having Hendrickson back is really huge. But overall, that defense, there's a lot of names that they brought in Shamar Stewart, first-round pick. You think that he could do something. They hope he could do something. They need a lot more on that defensive line. They need a lot more out of that defense. And gone is Lou Anarumo, who was there for the past, 6-7 years or something like that. They bring in Al Golden from the college ranks to try to fix up that defense. Let's see if they can. Simon, going back to the Steelers. Steelers are a big question mark. I agree. confused what's going on with that running back situation. I do believe Rodgers still has some juice left. We'll see. I think he's got some juice left. And the running back situation is interesting. I drafted Caleb Johnson on one of my fantasy teams because I feel like he's probably going to beat out Jaylen Warren at some time. So I'm going to have him sit on my bench until he actually does do that. So I don't know, Simon. I don't know if you think it's a good move or not, but we'll see. But yeah, closing out the AFC North, you got the Browns. The season could be ugly, maybe as ugly as their uniforms. I mean, this team is named after Paul Brown, the guy who founded the team like 500,000 years ago. I mean, just rename the team the Dogs or something like that, so maybe they can have a decal on their helmet if they can afford that. These uniforms are so ugly. It's hard to win when you look like shit, and the Browns' uniforms are just disgusting. I'm sorry. They probably have better players than what we're seeing. It's just that they look in the mirror before they go out on the field, and they're like, well, this ain't going to work out too well. I don't know, man. But they got some players, Myles Garrett, Malik Collins, Devin Bush, Denzel Ward. You know, they got good defense, but offensively, it's like Jerry Jeudy, and then what? What do you got? At running back, you got a whole Maj Paj, a whole bunch of people. You got Quinshawn Judkins in there, rookie. Dylan Sampson, Jerome Ford looks like he might be the lead back, but he's more of a third down guy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Doesn't look good for Cleveland this year, but their rookie quarterbacks could step up. They know it. They don't want it to be Flacco. They want it to be either Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, and that's what this season really is all about. It's about finding that next quarterback, and if it's not going to be one of these guys, maybe it'll be in next year's draft. Hello, Arch Manning, whoever's coming out. I don't know all these college football players like everybody else does. I'm not good with that stuff, so you can't ask me about that. Definitely no college fantasy football for this guy over here. Pro fantasy football, I got you back, bro. And you want to draft a lot of teams from the Lions as I move over to the NFC North. Yes, draft a lot of players from the Lions. They're pretty damn good. And yeah, I know they lost a lot this year as far as your OC and your DC go, but still got a lot of damn good players, man. Watch out for the Lions, man. They should be able to contend this year big time. I believe in Dan Campbell. I believe he's going to have extra kneecaps to bite off this year. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery's coming back, Sam Laporta. Jared Goff has been a very efficient quarterback. Defense getting better with guys like Aiden Hutchinson ready to come back, DJ Reed and Marcus Davenport. They got rookie Tyleek Williams, who they brought in, DJ Reed, Brian Branch in the secondary. So they got a lot of players. It's a matter of, well, can they hold up to what they were last year without Ben Johnson and without Aaron Glenn, who are respectively coaching in now Chicago and for the New York Jets. Simon saying he agrees. He can see why they are starting Flacco. They don't want to see these rookies into that. Yeah, don't want to throw these rookies into the fire. Not yet. Give them some time. Let them learn. Let them see what goes on. Let them get the kinks out. No doubt about it, man. And Flacco, I mean, look, 40 years old. What do we expect out of him? Oh, not much. If we're not expecting a lot out of Aaron Rodgers, then you can't expect a lot out of Joe Flacco. And Simon chiming in again with Dan Campbell asked the NFL if the team could run out with the Lions as start of the games. I love that. So Simon's saying that Dan Campbell wants the team to run out with actual Lions on the field. I think I love it. That's great. I love it, Simon. That's beautiful right there. Oh, that's awesome stuff. Yeah, so we'll see. The Lions, they should be really good again, man. I'll tell you, they got these guys working in a bit. The Vikings, I think, will be better than more other teams. You got J.J. McCarthy in there. I know he's a rookie, but Kevin O'Connell has seemed to do and make the most out of whatever rookie or whatever quarterback he's got. Sam Darnold, he made look like Joe Montana for a while last year. We know he's not that, and we'll see that in Seattle, I guarantee it. But they traded back to get Adam Thielen, as Jordan Addison is going to be out for the first 3 games. I did draft him on one of my teams in fantasy. I took him really late, and that was because I know he's coming back after 3 games, and he should be huge for this team. I really think so. J.J. McCarthy, got to play like a pro. Let's see what you could do. All right. Did they make a mistake letting Darnold go? No, I don't think so. I think they did the right thing. But the Vikings, get off to a good start. Got good players on defense. Jonathan Allen, you got Hargrave and Ginkel's back there. They got a pretty good stacked roster up and down. So I like what Minnesota's got. And I'm telling you right now, they're a playoff team. How far do they go? Where do they go? We'll see. I'll give you all that action in a little bit. And as far as the Packers, and now we spent a while talking about them, but even though they got Micah Parsons, most of this depends on Jordan Love and the wide receivers. They got to stop dropping the ball. They've dropped more balls than a teenager with his first cell phone. It's like unbelievable. They can't hold on to the damn thing. They're dropping it. They're breaking the football. It's awful. But they do have a pretty solid team for the most part. It's just I can't get past the Jordan Love thing. I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on the defense. I do like the coaching of Matt LaFleur. Yeah, we'll see. Simon, what else you got? Expecting a 15-win season from Detroit like last year, or the Vikings, from the Vikings, but I don't expect a huge fall off. Good defense, good offense, and I totally agree with that. J.J. McCarthy, just got to go not mess it up. When you got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, guys like that, just don't mess it up. Just go do a good job. Go put up 23, 24 points a game, and Brian Flores' defense take care of the rest. Now, the Bears. One of the trickier teams to predict in this league right now. A lot of teams high on them again. Me, not necessarily so much. I don't know what's going to be bigger news this year, the amount of touchdowns that Caleb Williams throws, or how many times he changes his nail polish. I don't know which one it's going to be. We'll see. But can Ben Johnson get him on track, get this offense working? Lots of new faces, especially on the offensive line where you got Joe Tooney and then Dolman Jackson, Darnell Wright's in there. They pick up Grady Jarrett to go on the defensive line. Rookies Luther Bird and Colston Loveland are going to be asked to do a lot in the beginning. So this is a team that's got a lot of weapons on it. There's no doubt about it, but a lot of them are really young weapons, even including Rome Odunze. Yeah, they got DJ Moore too. They got Cole Kmet. I'm talking a lot of weapons on the Chicago Bears right now, guys. A whole lot of weapons. And I'm sorry, I just, with the phone number, I was just kind of breezing through stuff today because I don't have my partner over here. But I did put it up real quick if you wanted to talk AFC or NFC North. What up, Steve-O? Yeah, Steve-O, I got to change the day and the time. It's moving to Tuesdays, 7 o'clock Eastern. Got to do it because you can't do it on Thursday at 8 o'clock anymore because there's going to be games on. And I am not missing the games, my brother. You know that. Not missing the games. But, if you guys want, before I get out of here, I will put it out there, 561-621-0575. It's on the screen. AFC North, NFC North, Micah Parsons. If you have something else on your mind, fantasy football, I can give you my teams, guys, real quick. Tell me what you think about this. My starting team in one league. I got two leagues going. Dak Prescott, Bucky Irving, Josh Jacobs, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle I'm starting this week in place of Calvin Ridley because I'm not sure just yet. George Kittle, I mentioned, Breece Hall, Michael Pittman. All right. I could start Nick Chubb or Rome Odunze. I don't know. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? That's interesting right there. And I'll give you my other one real quick. Nick Chubb, man. Should I start him? Oh, man, that's a tough one. I feel like he could do something this week. I mean, he's probably going to be their top back, Houston, going in. No Joe Mixon. My other league, Baker Mayfield. I got CeeDee Lamb on this team too. A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, Brock Bowers, DK Metcalf. I'm going to start J.K. Dobbins. I got Aaron Jones, Sr., Stephon Diggs, Jordan Addison, I mentioned, Marvin Mims, Zach Charbonnet. I don't know. I like my teams. I don't love my teams, but I like them. They're pretty good. They're pretty good to okay. So I'm going to have to do a lot of managing throughout the season. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, I wish my partner was here today to help me go through all this, but I just wanted to breeze through it because the season is just a week away. We got Dallas, Philly next week. We're going to talk about that on Tuesday, me and Prime. We're going to bring you guys in again. Appreciate you listening. And as always, we'll put this up on the pod. I know it's a quick podcast tonight, but wanted to get the teams in, get the records in, which I'm going to give you right now. And it's not going to differ too much from last year, guys. I got the Lions winning the NFC North at 12-5, the Vikings at 11-6, the Packers at 10-7, the Bears at 8-9. So I do see them taking a step forward, but not a winning record yet. As far as the AFC North, I think the Ravens are going to rule 13-4. They may even do better than that. They may be 14-3. The Bengals, big step up, 11-6, going to the playoffs this year, no doubt about it. Steelers are going to keep Mike Tomlin's winning streak intact, non-losing seasons, but it's only going to be at a 9-8 record, not good enough. And the Browns, are going to go 4-13. Somehow, some way they'll win 4 games. It might be towards the end with some of the rookie quarterbacks. One of them, I don't know, again, Shador, Gabriel. Have no freaking idea which one it's going to be. But it will be fun. Can't wait to see it. Simon, you got Jacobs in 3 leagues. All right, I'm high on him too, man. I'm high on him too. And you know what? As far as Houston goes, I didn't mention I got Houston as both of my defenses in both of my leagues, and Kaimi Fairbairn, their kicker, as my kicker in both leagues. So that's actually kind of funny. And I do have the Rams as backup. I got the Rams as backup. So I'm wondering spots starting. They're playing each other the first week of the season. Interesting. 12 wins with the Lions schedule. They're that good, man. I think they have that many weapons, and get healthier on defense, bring Aiden Hutchinson back. Dude, they won 15 last year. I don't know how much worse they're going to get, but I mean, all right, if they win 10 or 11 games, it won't shock me, but this team is a playoff team. I definitely think that. Steve-O, Simon, you agree? I mean, Detroit's going back to the playoffs this year. Again, losing Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson is a big deal, but this team has been together long enough. Dan Campbell is still there. They're still a stacked team. I expect them to do really well. I really do. No doubt. Next week, Tuesday, full-blown predictions. Every division, MVP, Coach of the Year, Super Bowl, MVP of the Super Bowl. We're doing everything, every single thing, all playoff teams, who's going to be wild card. Can't wait to go over it. Me and Prime, we're going to have to do a lot of preparation, which we never do for the show, but we're going to have to prepare for that because we're going to have to make sure that we have all our predictions ready. And me being the sports prophet, I'm really going to have to show up on this one. All right, guys, short show. Getting out of here. Simon, Steve-O, I appreciate it. Love you. We're going to see you next time. Peace, baby.